And in many ways, a cup tie against Manchester United is the perfect game to rally the troops. Howard Webb's in charge. It was always going to be the tie of the round. But like all the best tales, it has taken a few twists that we never saw coming. Manchester United versus Liverpool doesn't really need any subplots, but it's a very different story to the one we were expecting. How will it end? Ryan Giggs has seen one or two of these fixtures come and go. Finding Javier Hernandez. And Jim Beglin alongside me made his FA Cup debut against Manchester United for Liverpool.
As intense as they get. Certainly the United side I played against, very, very physical too.
Berbatov. Oh, he went down, Agger caught him. Penalty! 31 seconds. Howard Webb had a long, long look in the direction of his assistant, Peter Kirkup, on the near side, before pointing to the spot.
Well, there's a touch, and then I think he delays, and then he goes down. Now, for me, there's a touch, but that's a dive, because he stepped away from Daniel Agger, and then Dimitar Berbatov has just gone to the ground. There is minimal contact, and I think he's fooled the referee into thinking that was a definite penalty. It wasn't.
Agreed totally. Howard Webb gave Manchester United a controversial penalty at this end against Liverpool last season, and Liverpool felt that Antonio Valencia had been fouled outside the box. Wayne Rooney had that one saved by Pepe Reina, but scored from the follow-up. Today, Reina faces Ryan Giggs. You want drama? We've got it immediately. Giggs scores! Manchester United lead in no time at all. Ryan Giggs dispatches the penalty confidently, but controversially won. No emotion at all for the manager.
Well, I bet his heart's beating a little faster now from ambassador to manager. And it's the worst possible start for Kenny Dalglish. Pace has done the trick for Ryan Giggs, and the accuracy. Rain has guessed the right way. That's a pretty good effort.
Oh yes, there was emotion from both the manager and from his senior player. A tie that is all about emotion has just had the intensity cranked up a little. Dirk Kuyt, Lucas, Martin Kelly getting forward at right back. Ferdinand away. Berbatov, who won the penalty, quite literally.
Listen, Clive, just to add on that, nowadays, the modern football, any contact at all in the box, then players are going to the ground. About 80-85% of the time now, players are going to the ground very easily. He felt the contact and he couldn't wait to get down, but I think he could easily have stayed on his feet.
And in the 21st century, the modern footballer has said, why should I stay on my feet?
Yeah.
Headed forward by Gerard, and Dirk Kuyt is feeding off him, and Fernando Torres has an early opportunity here and miscues. It was just a little behind him. The opportunity was very promising when it fell for Gerard.
And judging by the little gesture he's made to Maxi Rodriguez, he was aware that he had just popped up on his outside, but felt he probably could get the shot away. There's the little touch, but he takes another step after the touch and then goes down. Watch it here. Touch now, step, now he goes down. Could have stayed up.
Dimitar Berbatov has scored a hat-trick here against Liverpool in September. As the man who's gone down for the penalty, which Ryan Giggs has dispatched, and has given this melting pot of a game a goal inside 2 minutes.
Just saying, Clive, we expected Dirk Kuyt maybe to be closest to Fernando Torres up front, but it's not the case at all. He's playing on the right-hand side of midfield, and it's pretty much a five-man midfield. Torres is the lone striker. I'm not surprised in that, because Giggs often pops in from the left side from United, and Evra pushes on, so I think Kuyt's there to try and deal with Evra's threat.
Ferdinand forward. impact was Javier Hernandez, playing a second consecutive game for the first time in his Manchester United career. Giggs just asked a bit too much of Berbatov. Here's Berbatov. Giggs. Run out of play by Kelly. Liverpool sold their 9,000 ticket allocation long before the changing events of the last 24 hours. Loyalty to the club and to the team goes far deeper than to any manager. The appointment of this manager certainly changed the mood of the travelling hordes. Maybe that early penalty has changed it again. But in a city where football is a kind of religion, it's a second coming. Big day for Johnny Evans. First we've seen of him since a rocky night at West Ham in the Carling Cup, chosen alongside Rio Ferdinand for the first time since February this afternoon. Tough so far for Liverpool.
Yeah, after all the renewed hope and expectation, you know, that's a very tough blow so early.
Kenny Dalglish is not best pleased by the penalty award. It's funny, after the Rafa Benitez years at Anfield, there's something strangely uncomfortable about Liverpool being managed by a man Sir Alex Ferguson personally liked. I think the return of Kenny Dalglish may have gone some way towards restoring the natural order of the enmity between Manchester United and Liverpool. Here's Raphael. Fletcher. Lucas bidding Nani to it. All a little bit tight for Maxi and Gerard. Liverpool throw. Clear foul by Evans on count.
He actually is drifting quite a lot, Dirk out. He's not prepared just to stay out there. He is trying to get in alongside Torres, but as I said earlier, you know, he'll be definitely asked to get back with the Frenchman anytime ever makes a dart.
Both Agger and Skirtle, the two centre-backs, have gone forward for this free kick, which Steven Gerrard will deliver. Headed away by Fletcher. Giggs looking over his shoulder. Dispossessed by Morales. Little flick from Agger. Fletcher has to deal with it again. Aurelio. Carrick. Manchester United have won the last two. Liverpool won the previous three. It's become England's old firm match. The local rivalry turned bitter. Always competitive. Cat winning the ball from Fletcher and then winning a free kick. Fletcher is going to get a talking to at least.
I think that's one of the reasons you've seen a change in formation from Liverpool. They're trying to break United's passing up, and by getting tight like that and congesting the midfield, and they had done that until Fletcher fell, count, and he's going to get a yellow card for it.
Aaron Fletcher gets the first of the afternoon. I've got a funny feeling it won't be the last. Gerard stamped beyond Morales. Kelly's throw. Torres just trying to help it on to Morales, who played off the front man when Liverpool were here in September in a very advanced role. Giggs show too much of that to Kelly, who's a tough customer. He's a centre-back by trade, but he's played a lot at right-back for Liverpool.
Important area as well today for them. Obviously, two changes at full-back, and I think a big part of Liverpool today is dealing with United's width.
And maintaining that important link between the city and the club. He actually hails from Wiston, just outside Liverpool, Martin Kelly, but he and Gerard are the local men on the field this afternoon. Jamie Carragher is here, but is still a month away from fitness. Evans. It's Kelly's header. Morales down to Lucas. It's a good ball for Maxi. Now Torres pulling a little wider. He has support in the centre, and Kelly on the outside. It's crossed in towards Maxi Rodriguez, but it's easy enough for Thomas Kuszczak. Hernandez. Fletcher. Nani on the move. He was caught in mid-air there by Agger and was looking for a free kick.
Yeah, Agger was just slightly late, but I don't think it was intentional.
Goal from the penalty spot by Ryan Giggs inside 2 minutes here. The red touch paper well and truly lit. Berbatov beaten to it by Skirtle, and then Giggs by Camp. It's come back for Berbatov. Here's Fletcher.
Just making it tough, aren't they, Liverpool, for United to find a more penetrating and more incisive pass, and obviously don't want to go long like this too often.
Well, the side really has established any kind of rhythm in the game as yet. Giggs, Hernandez, Carrick, Raphael into Fletcher. It was a rather hopeful flick on. Agger had time to deal with it. Maxi Rodriguez, well seen by Johnny Evans. Steps up and finds Hernandez. Agger won the ball that time.
Important game for Evans as well, Clive, isn't it? Because, you know, Chris Smalling is someone played against Stoke in midweek, and he's coming on, so there's more competition about for him.
Nemanja Vidic is missing with a minor thigh problem. Fletcher up towards Hernandez, who's offside. Could get across the ground though. Javier Fernandez, he scored in his last 2 Manchester United matches. Wayne Rooney is missing with a slight ankle problem today.
Only just. But he's a live wire. Great movement, and I mean, we've seen him taking chances, scoring goals. I mean, he improvises with the very best.
Count. Away by Evans. Lucas. Out by Carrick, but Gerard has got a chance to prompt and probe here. Lucas to Torres. Now Count. It's Count's cross, and it's slightly deflected. Torres did win it in the air. Outstanding goal-scoring record against Manchester United, 3 in his last 4 games against United, Fernando Torres.
I think he'll be helped by the system as well. I think when Liverpool opted for 4 in midfield, 2 strikers, they weren't really playing well enough on the ball to retain it and be able to work the strikers in, who weren't holding it up brilliantly anyway. I think 5 suits better.
Carrick seeking out Giggs. It's a wonderful pass. Kelly did well to recover, but at the expense of a corner kick. A real quarterback's pass that from Michael Carrick.
Great vision.
It's a corner that ushers Johnny Evans forward and Patrice Evra. Nani takes. Header away is by Gerard. Game still catching its breath from that breathless start. Quarter of an hour gone. Manchester United haven't been allowed to go on and build any real momentum from that penalty they were awarded in the opening minute. Giggs to Berbatov. Steps away from Lucas and finds a cross. Skirtle, though, able to clear. Torres very isolated and dispossessed by Evans. Nani, Fletcher, Raphael on the move. Not able to move quite quickly enough.
That was a very good run, and you always get that from Raphael, and indeed Evra. You get the support, and he's just a little unlucky that Darren Fletcher overhits this. But you'll see plenty of that today, and Aurelio and indeed Martin Kelly are going to have a fair bit to deal with.
Just had a word there with Kenny Dalglish on the sideline. I wonder if he just edged a little further forward now.
He seems to have swapped with Maxi Rodriguez now. They just swapped flanks for a bit.
Liverpool have played predominantly 4-4-2 in recent weeks with David and Gog alongside Fernando Torres. It's Roy Hodgson's preferred setup. Giggs running into Lucas, losing out to Morelos. Here's Maxi Rodriguez. Now Kelly venturing forward. Evra tracking him every inch of the way at the expense of a corner kick.
I just think Liverpool look better on the ball, Clive, than recent games. They look more composed, they look more comfortable with things. Hard to tell if it came back and nicked off Kelly.
Gerard's corner, Berbatov's header, Raul Morelos. Aga tried to control it, Raphael able to thump it away. The counter come over this side actually to change a boot, which is giving him a problem. So Liverpool down to 10 men for the moment, but they have the ball with Gerard. Has returned. Morelos. Torres. Aurelio. Early cross. Just took a slight deflection. Torres didn't bring it instantly under his spell. Gerard, though, to Maxi Rodriguez. Fired with some power and fended away rather nervously by Thomas Kuszczak.
Very good strike from Maxi. And Nani's going to have to do that because he doesn't want to be giving Aurelio room to cross. He's got a very smart left peg, Aurelio, and he can certainly pick a pass and cross.
A bit of encouragement for Liverpool. Gerard. Kelly's got on the inside of Giggs. It's Martin Kelly, and it's turned away by Rio Ferdinand. And with Torres loitering with intent. Here's Count. Good spell for the visitors. Lucas. Now Gerard. Well, we know he can score from there. That one was always rising.
Yeah, well, why not for Steven Gerrard, it had opened up, but this was a lovely little run by Kelly. And just Liverpool look more suited to this formation. And just this little one from Maxi, but importantly for Cusack, he sees it early and it's right at him. I think if that had been a couple of feet to the right, keeper might have been scrambling a little bit more because there was good power in it.
Unconvincing goalkeeping though. The new Manchester United goalkeeper, Anders Lindegaard from Denmark, is on the bench this afternoon. Lucas. Evans showing far more intent than Torres. Good run this too by Johnny Evans. Nani with the early ball in. Hernandez waits and Kelly has to deal with it. Corner kick.
Yeah, it's happened a couple of times now where Evans has just nipped in ahead of Fernando Torres. He's got to be stronger than that, the Spaniard, and hold him off, keep the ball up and get Liverpool out.
Questions about Torres' appetite at times this season. Giggs with the corner. Gerard deals with it. Fletcher. Angled in towards Evra. Too strong.
That's a couple he's just overhit now, isn't it? One to Rafael on this side. Not like him.
Manchester United's only defeat in 30 games this season was in a domestic cup tie, the Carling Cup quarter-final at West Ham 6 weeks ago now. The only English team to even draw at Old Trafford this season, are West Bromwich Albion. Although Liverpool did come within 6 minutes of a draw in September.
I think that's still a fabulous record. I know everybody's been saying that Manchester United haven't looked as convincing as seasons gone by, but to only have one defeat, that's superb.
Just as well for the rest that they are apparently not playing well. Fletcher. Curled in towards Hernandez. Kelly did well just to help that on his way. He settled in well to the big game as Martin Kelly playing today because Glenn Johnson is away. His partner has gone into labour. Evra got around the outside, headed away by Skrtel. Gerard, he was determined, and he won the ball cleanly from Hernandez. Just to wait for the cavalry to come, only Torres ahead of him, floated in towards Torres, who's offside.
Yeah, I think he just wanted it a fraction quicker, Fernando Torres. I think in Europe the decision might have gone against Gerard for the challenge with Hernandez going down, and yeah, he has just gone Torres. United played it well at the back, and just here it is, it just sits up a little too high for him now. There's no contact, he's looking for the decision from the referee, but Gerard's just played the ball.
Did you miss matches when your children were born?
Sorry, say again?
Did you miss football matches when your children were born? Were you there at the births? I just want to know whether it's a 21st century thing. Liverpool are already done without Fernando Torres for one game this season. I don't think Bill Shankly would have stood for it. These two famous clubs have been eyeing each other since the days of two other proud Scots, Busby and Shankly. Sometimes enviously, always competitively. Two very different cities. It's a rivalry that's somehow grown up above and beyond their traditional rivalries with Manchester City and Everton. It seems to run even deeper. Ferdinand. Giggs having to shield his eyes from the sun. Away by Skrtel. Manchester United in front since the second minute. Ryan Giggs' penalty. Here is the goal scorer. In towards Hernandez, headed away by Skirtle. Gerard took a little bit of a chance. The ball almost bounced unkindly for him, but he tidies up well. Berbatov. Heavy first touch.
Yeah, I mean, they've been prevented from doing that more often than not, Manchester United, not really able to get it to Berbatov and Hernandez. Getting a little more joy, certainly in wider positions, on that left side particularly.
Evra augmenting Giggs again. Now Hernandez. Fletcher. Berbatov with a little flick.
Well, that's loose.
And it's Con Fanani. Liverpool can breathe a sigh of relief.
But just looking at that, I think it illustrates that they're a little worried about Nani cutting in on his left foot like that. He had three around him all of a sudden, because that's it with Nani, isn't it? You can go either side of the full-back, striking as well with either foot.
He's got a fabulous goal here with his left foot against Stoke City in Manchester United's last match. Giggs really struggling with the low winter sun on that side. Not quite as warm as it is in Bahrain, where Kenny Dalglish flew in from yesterday. He might just be feeling the cold a bit.
It's a little careless from Morelos, who probably out of any of Hodgson's signings, Roy Hodgson's signings, has impacted more.
Yeah, Paul Konchesky isn't even on the bench today.
Good pro, and he's actually playing just a little ahead of Lucas, Clive, you know, as is Steven Gerrard. Lucas is pretty much anchoring things. He got 4-1, 4-1 pretty much for Liverpool.
Here is Gerard. Maxi Rodriguez. Gerard to Aurelio. Kelly. Lucas to Aurelio. Maxi Rodriguez, Torres. Again, Rafael was just a bit sharper to the ball. But here's another chance for Torres. This time a headed control lets him down, a difficult one. He won the penalty here and the free kick from which Gerard scored in September, scored on his 2 previous visits to Old Trafford. He has terrorised Manchester United at times, but we've seen Torres in fits and starts this season.
That was a foul
that time.
Yeah. Yes. Well, I think Vidic is the one that came off worst when Torres was at his best in Manchester United games. He's unhappy with that as well. Had a little go at Rio Ferdinand for that.
You're not thinking about the 3 consecutive red cards when
you
say that,
did have something. I think in the end Vidic was totally unnerved coming up against him, and even though he's not in the greatest form this season, you just never know. I mean, look what he did that day in Anfield against Chelsea. He's capable.
Kelly. Morelos. Count. Held up by Fletcher. Over away as far as Gerard. And Kuszczak got everything behind it.
Didn't catch it as he would have liked, Steven Gerrard.
Torres came from an offside position. It was an explosive start here, a penalty inside of 1 minute, scored inside of 2 minutes. But the game's been reasonably tame since then.
I think Manchester United are just finding it difficult to to penetrate Liverpool. And that's the way Liverpool are set up to try and deal with that, and it's worked pretty well. Obviously, the early penalty was a huge setback, but since then, Reina hasn't looked too troubled.
Right now, they don't have to penetrate Liverpool. Lucas has given it straight to Berbatov, who's given it straight back to Lucas. Liverpool certainly trying to pass the ball around. Build constructively. Gerard now looking to thread it through towards Torres. He is feeding off crumbs, in fairness to him.
Well, he did manage something similar, didn't he, against Bolton, for Torres to score, but it is tough when you're trying to pick on. I think Evans and Ferdinand have played him very well so far. It's a hard shift for Fernando Torres.
Good rehabilitation so far for this man, Johnny Evans. Ever fairly dispossessed by Count. Early in towards Torres, but away by Ferdinand.
It's tough, isn't it? I mean, you know, you've just got the one to aim at. Probably would have been better off just putting his foot in that, Dirk out, and looking to bring in a teammate.
And Gerard had made an overlapping run, but that's loose too. Rafael wanted it a bit more than Morelos.
I wondered as well how he was going to go in there, because he does go in a little feistily at times. Of course, if you see, you've got to be so careful. You know, any attempt to feet off the ground, a bit like Steven Gerrard there.
Now, what's Howard Webb going to make of that? Carrick in some distress. It was loose from Gerard. To be kind to him. Howard Webb giving himself some thinking time. Gerard putting his case. Carrick is being treated.
See, any attempt to lunge, I mean, he's got to play the ball.
It's red.
Oh.
There's the reaction from the Liverpool bench. Steven Gerrard sent off. Well, is there enough drama in this game for you? Two big decisions by Howard Webb, the early penalty and now the red card. Excessive force, that's the definition in the rule book. It's what he's got to decide. Did he far exceed the necessary use of force? That's the ruling. It's feet off the ground. Referee's got to ask himself, is there a danger of the challenge injuring an opponent? And he decided there was.
Well, I guess if that's the way the law's set up, then Howard Webb, you can't argue with it. I always think if a player lunges in any form and he leaves the ground, then he's always liable to a red card. Personally, having watched it at the time, I think it's a little harsh. I think maybe yellow would have sufficed.
Well, Michael Carrick mercifully is okay, but his condition is not part of the judgment. But it's gone from bad to worse here for Liverpool. They will have their grumbles about this man. He's had two big decisions to take. He certainly jumped in. This was a few seconds before when there was a suggestion of a jump by Rafael. He barely got off the ground. He won the ball from Raul Morelos. Big difference?
I think he thought about it, didn't he, Rafael? But he pulled out of it, and he didn't go for a lunging like that. And I think that's why he did play the ball. I think Gerard does get quite a bit of Michael Carrick, and that's a big factor too. Look, Clive, we just said it before. You know, if you do dive in and your feet are off the ground, then there's always a chance you're going to get a red card these days.
I think another factor was that Carrick stuck with the challenge, whereas Morelos actually pulled away a bit. Well, it's often the way when the big forces collide that we talk about incidents, moments, as much as we do about general play or the drift of the game. And certainly Sam Allardyce and Gareth Southgate have got two big moments to discuss during our half-time break, but that's still over 10 minutes away. Manchester United a goal up and a man up. Evra. Giggs. No foul that time. Manchester United do have the ball. And now they have a corner. I think that Liverpool felt Evra was offside there. And the chance, you got it. Sacked in the morning, you're getting sacked in the morning. I don't think so. Nani. Liverpool are still in the FA Cup in the morning. Kenny Dalglish might just be knighted in the morning. Maxi Rodriguez. Here's Aurelio. Oh, it's loose. Berbatov in pursuit. He's got away from Aga, but not from Skrtel.
That was Aurelio. Just didn't help. I mean, it's now even more important for Liverpool to make sure possession counts.
He's got to hang on to half-time and try to regroup a bit here. Got a throw in. Decision goes Liverpool's way. Well, the day started so well. Morales. Too surprised to learn there have been one or two red cards in this fixture in recent season, not just Vidic's. You'll remember Javier Mascherano here at Old Trafford, Paul Scholes in recent times, Wes Brown, feisty, and it was certainly a big challenge by Steven Gerrard, too big for the liking of Howard Webb. Here goes Nani. Stepped all the way through and shot between the legs of Aga.
Yeah, it's just again a little muddle. Liverpool could have dealt with it a bit better. Just got away from slightly, and he had to prod it in the end.
Dirk Kuyt firing from range. It's worth a go. Kuszczak didn't get a touch.
I think, you know, Steven Gerrard committed himself to the challenge that got him sent off, Clive. I honestly think he was going in thinking, well, I'm not going to get red for this. But you're just giving the referee an excuse. And just wonder whether Kenny felt, because of the way he's challenged, whether he just kind of, that resigned walk away just then, whether he felt, well, maybe Howard Webb was fully justified.
I think you can see why the referee's taken
absolutely
the action that he has, and he certainly gave himself plenty of thinking time there, Howard Webb. He didn't do it rashly.
Just saying, as I watched it in real time, I thought yellow, but he does have a case, the referee.
Foul by Rafael, and Maxi Rodriguez felt that. Brazil meets Argentina in the wacky world of the FA Cup.
Seemed to catch him on the left heel in the end, Rafael, with his left boot.
This is no sentimental journey, you know, no gesture from the heart. Kenny Dalglish wanted this job in the summer when Rafael Benitez departed. Also manager, always a manager. There's a story in one of the morning papers, they actually asked for a 4-year deal. And he's officially in charge until the end of the season. Manchester United just treating Patrice Evra. were hoping that King Kenny would have a King Midas effect here, but after 30 seconds, Dimitar Berbatov won this penalty from Daniel Agger, which Ryan Giggs dispatched. And since then, Dalglish has lost his captain.
Nightmare being a defender these days, by the way, because you stick any sort of leg out and somebody will go over it.
Ever is ready to resume. Yeah, you read a lot about managers losing the dressing room. I actually think players are quite fickle, but when a manager loses the fans, he's got a bigger problem. And Kenny Dalglish has always been the fans' choice at Liverpool. There's almost an overnight sense that everything will be all right now that he's back. That's the measure of the man and what he stands for. But clearly Liverpool are not 12th in the league for no reason at all. Kelly. Away by Ferdinand. Morales. Maxi Rodriguez.
Well, you can understand that because, you know, Torres just up there by himself. Steven Gerrard now off the pitch is likely to be the odd shot from range in the hope that something might fly in and get Liverpool back in it. I just think in the circumstances now, United need to up the pace of the game a little bit now because there's an extra presence going from midfield from Liverpool. They were making it difficult for United to pass through. Now it's got to become that bit more easier, and I think if United can just lift it and start working it a bit more, I think there's more ways through for them.
It's a rather eerie hush has descended on this huge theatre of football. Everybody just digesting the events of this first half.
Oh, with Kenny Dalglish's appointment, Liverpool fans thinking we could just pull something off today. No Van der Sar, no Vidic, no Rooney, and a penalty against him in the first couple of minutes, and Steven Gerrard's in discipline down to 10 men, and now all of a sudden they're thinking, oh, we'll take a draw all day long.
A bit of a microcosm of the season with these two close, because I think Sir Alex Ferguson would agree Manchester United have not sparkled, but they're in control of another big game. Liverpool's season has been just too dramatic, too many events, too many headlines of the wrong kind. There's a couple more today. Torres was a bit late on Evans after the ball had gone.
Well, Torres is kind of gesturing to Evans as if to say, look, I've done nothing, and Evans is saying to him, you're late, but it just depends on the contact.
Liverpool have got to keep their heads here. Nani unable to bring the ball under his spell. Ferdinand. Agger away.
Well, with the numerical advantage now, if Manchester United get their pressing game right, they will make it very difficult for Liverpool to get out.
Raphael putting Maxi under pressure, and Manchester United have the throw. Ferdinand. Berbatov. Maxi Rodriguez concedes the corner.
I think he's not happy with the earlier one as well, but I think both were correct.
Giggs with the corner towards Berbatov, came off the shoulder of Agger, I think. Morales, and down he goes, caught by Nani. Free kick given. I think everybody needs a timeout here. Torres got a header on there, but there's nobody breaking beyond him.
No, I think Giggs' penalty, because it enabled Manchester United to play within themselves in this first half. I would expect they can serve up much more second half and have more of a go at Liverpool, try and get the match well and truly won. For Liverpool now, it's just about grit, determination, staying in it, give nothing else away, and there's always that chance from a set piece that something might fly in.
And they came back from 2 down here in September, only for Dimitar Berbatov to break their hearts in the closing minutes. Raphael behind Giggs. Morales finds Lucas. Maxi finds only Raphael, but it is a Liverpool throw.
It's just another little sloppy one from Raphael. You know, that needs to be cut out for Manchester United.
Ferdinand dispossessing Torres. Carrick, not the best of passes to Nani, did well to gather it. He was fouled by Lucas.
Hasn't seen as much of it today, Nani, but that was a nice little touch that fooled Lucas.
Fletcher. To slip it through to Hernandez, skirtle away. Lucas to count. Lucas. Hernandez doing really well, tackling up. Agatho. Count. Maxi Rodriguez, better passing. Kelly with a chance to cross, instead plays it to Morales. Now Kelly again, 3 white shirts in the box, driven in low, knocked away by Carrick.
Looked a tug by Skirtle on Berbatov. He's got the decision now. But if Liverpool do get in a position where they can swing one in like that, having worked the ball, then you know it needs to be a good one now. They need to make it count, and it's just Skirtle a little rash.
Last of the 3 added minutes on the way. Fletcher. Berbatov. This is Evra. Giggs. Turned away from Morales. Evra. Lucas conceding the corner, which will be the last action of this first half.
Well, this is a must-defend situation for Liverpool now.
Both Ferdinand and Evans are forward this time. Giggs. In towards Johnny Evans, hit the post and came out. Carrick had a shot, that was blocked by Cow. Nani. And that's way beyond Evans. And that's an escape for Liverpool.
Well, it's no longer zonal marking, it's man-for-man marking, but he just gets a run on this, Johnny Evans. Not picked up whatsoever. I mean, Agger's the one trying to get across in the end. Maxi, I think, is the one who's let him run. Very good header, and extremely unlucky not to make it 2-0 for Manchester United right in the stroke of half-time.
That moment keeps Liverpool in the tie, albeit rather tenuously. 10 years since he took charge of a football team at this level. What a half. Decisions. Howard Webb had 2 big calls to make here. They both went in Manchester United's favour. A penalty given after just 30 seconds, won by Berbatov and converted by Giggs. And perhaps in a sense an even bigger decision. A dangerous challenge by Steven Gerrard just past the half-hour mark has left Kenny Dalglish's Liverpool goal down and Amanda. 7th success in the competition. Only Tottenham, Arsenal and Manchester United themselves have won the Cup on more occasions. It's the 18 titles each that is the statistic that is perhaps of more pressing interest to the rival fans at the moment. Both of these teams bowed out of the Cup at this stage a year ago. Manchester United to Leeds United, Liverpool to Reading. Ryan Giggs, his penalty divides the two teams, and one of his mazy runs, checked by Kelly, who's acquitted himself well. It is a corner to Manchester United, and they hit the post from the last corner of the first half.
Yeah, may not quite have been with the pace of old from Ryan Giggs, but all the trickery still there. That's lovely footwork, and to force the corner.
Sixth FA Cup tie for Ryan Giggs today. His corner, turned away by Agger. Nani. Giggs in towards Hernandez. Agger had to deal with that, and everybody back to their stations for another Manchester United corner.
I think you're already seeing it second half. I think width is key for Manchester United, and good possession in this second half. Stretch Liverpool as much as they can, and certainly the pace, notable, it's picked up as well by United.
Nani this time towards Berbatov. Fletcher, maybe Carrick, maybe Berbatov. Neither. Made by Aurelio, not very convincingly. Raphael's won it. Foul by Lucas.
Yeah, he made sure the referee was going to give it Raphael.
One of the byproducts of Howard Webb's red card is that Steven Gerrard will miss the Merseyside derby next weekend. Liverpool have got a Premier League fixture at Blackpool in midweek. Before that, busy opening week for Kenny Dalglish. Giggs trying to smuggle the ball to Hernandez. It's come out as far as Nani. Berbatov, instant control. Fletcher. It's just wide from Hernandez. Well, he usually gobbles those chances up. He's so sharp in front of goal.
Well, Liverpool are obviously trying to retain a compactness now, and it's just leaving gaps down the side, and it's just an easy ball for Berbatov to give to Fletcher. Nani was never going to get it, he was ahead of it. Well, that's a great header again, another improvised one from Hernandez, and unlucky.
Here is Javier Hernandez again. Came off Ryan Giggs. He's been compared quite regularly to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I think in his first season there's a feeling that his greatest value is as an impact substitute, but Alec Ferguson actually mentioned him in the same sentence as Dennis Law in an interview last week, and he has that same sort of spring-heeled leap and flick-headed style that one of the Manchester United greats had here many, many years ago. Torres beaten to it by Evans.
See, that kind of pressing now by Manchester United is just going to make life much harder for Liverpool.
Berbatov. Here's Hernandez again. Carrick. Giggs. Evra's got on the outside this time. Down he goes. Kelly's challenge. Shoulder to shoulder, says the referee.
Yeah, Evra kind of had a late appeal as well, again to Howard Webb for that, but I think Kelly defended that very well.
Evra's got another chance to run at Kelly. Hernandez. Giggs. Hernandez is onside. Towards Berbatov. Oh, it was almost an own goal by Aurelio. Smart save by Reina, one he didn't expect to make.
Well, I think Coutts got to help Martin Kelly now, because it's all down this left side all the time for Manchester United. That's a good ball in again. And it wasn't the best header in the world, but fortunately not hard enough to get past Reina. Best header, I should say. But as for the penalty claim, just when Everett goes in here trying to get behind Martin Kelly, he's shoulder to shoulder, and again it's an example for me of going down easily.
Manchester United made an imposing start to the second half. Fabio Aurelio. Maxi Rodriguez, Lucas. Count. Morales. Well, they're going to come up with something special from somebody. That's not it.
Yeah, we saw one or two examples of that towards the end of the first half, and it seems a little bit of a waste. It's good possession to a point. That's an awful long way from Raul Morales. You're going to need something magnificent from there. I mean, Liverpool have just, as I said before, Clive, they really do have to keep it as long as they can to work their way around the box and create, you know, a more decent chance, shooting opportunity.
Or win a free kick or a corner. That
absolutely.
Kind of opportunity.
It's about, for Liverpool now, it's about not letting the scoreline get any worse. Keep it at 1-0, and you know, maybe we see a change from the bench. Always the chance of Babel and his pace maybe to get Liverpool running at Manchester United later in the game.
Babel and Gog and Shelby are the attacking options on the Liverpool bench. Joe Cole is missing through injury today. He's got an ankle problem. Berbatov has the ball. On towards Hernandez. It's played early by Berbatov. It almost unlocked the door.
Good idea, and it was applauded as well by the Mexican.
Torres. Well won by Evans. Just no real luster about Fernando Torres. The two of them looking a bit weary. It's been a long Christmas, New Year programme for the players. Giggs. Seen off easily enough by Kelly. It's better from Torres to Morales. Fabio Aurelio. Maxi Rodriguez, Fernando Torres. Between the legs of Evans, he managed to force it into the path of Lucas. Morales looking for Cow. Torres had actually pulled into a good position there, into a bit of space on the right.
He had, but I just don't think Morales had seen it.
Got a feeling that Manchester United have got Liverpool where they want them at the moment. They have a measure of control, goal up, a man up. Giggs. Nani just about through enough. Fletcher. Nani. Out by Lucas. Liverpool have done this bit reasonably efficiently. There's just no real threat on the Manchester United goal.
You know, and the one player sent off is the guy that got 2 goals here in the league game in September.
Scored a goal and won a penalty at Blackburn the other night. Nani in towards Berbatov. Kelly defended that well. He's done as well as anybody for Liverpool.
Got a free kick, I think. Free kick for his troubles. I thought there was a little shove by Berbatov, but Kelly becomes aware. He's got 2 to try and deal with. And then last minute he realises Berbatov's there, the arm goes out and there's a little shove. Might have been offside as well.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Offside flag here against Berbatov. Maxi Rodriguez, Dirk Cow, Raul Morales. It's really an awful pass.
He's not had the best of starts to the second half.
His Portuguese international teammate Nani to Michael Carrick. Portruceva, his French international ban is almost over. Giggs towards Hernandez. Reina came, Berbatov had a chance. There's no free kick. It would have stood had Berbatov found the net.
No pressure on the cross on Ryan Giggs. He's just allowed time to have a look up and get in. It's a good ball. I don't think it is a foul on Reina, but that is a very good attempt at a challenge from Skirtle. That was important to put Berbatov under pressure, make him rush it.
Fernandez does get up well, doesn't he? And he stays up, he hangs. Still physically slight in build, but he looks a real prospect. Well, Ryan Babel has certainly got pace. Scored a winner against Manchester United at Anfield a couple of seasons back as a substitute. Nani. Raphael is beyond him. 3 in support of Raphael. Giggs catching up. Count seeing out his defensive duties.
And needed to from Dirk Kuyt, because too much has been coming in from the left-hand side of Manchester United.
Going to see 2 Liverpool changes in a moment. Not only Ryan Babel, but young John Joe Shelvey is going to be given a chance to parade his skills on a big stage. Mentally asking yourself who might be replaced. We've come up with the answers: Morelos and Maxi. I think you might be right. Nani. Goal lead is still within Liverpool's compass to recover if they can just step up a gear. Manchester United are not dominating the game as such. This is Kelly. Morales. Maxi Rodriguez. It's Kelly's cross. And Dirk Kuyt waits. And here's Fernando Torres. And it's charged down by Rio Ferdinand. Did well to get count against Raphael there. A bit more strength and height in the air.
Yeah, and he just held him off, and very good block from Rio Ferdinand, but that's all it takes. You just get one on his right foot like that, could fly in. I think the substitutions as well, Clive, are going to be designed. I mean, Babel, you mentioned his pace, but you know, if he can match the kind of his technique and his touch to his pace, then ball carrier, he's a threat. And Shelvey, somebody who can pick a pass and maybe just pop up and stick one in, but he's got a little more invention about him, Shelvey.
Kelly. Count.
I'm actually a little surprised at Manchester United. I thought pick up in tempo at the start of the second half. I thought they'd taken on from there. Maybe now.
Morales caught in possession. Here comes Fletcher. Berbatov. Pass from Fletcher wasn't the most precise. Rather checked the momentum of the break. Fletcher. Raphael racing forward. And he would have had to race. Well, here come the changes. Ryan Babel actually played up front alongside David and Gog in the 3-0 win over Aston Villa a month ago, which was one of Liverpool's better performances of the season. But the fact that Maxi Rodriguez is coming off suggests he'll play from a wide position.
Oh, what a day for Ryan Babel. Impress a new manager. I mean, fresh start under Kenny Dalglish now. And it's a big opportunity for him. I know 10 men, it's difficult, but it's there.
John Joe Shelvey, who was signed from Charlton Athletic in the summer. coming on for his 10th appearance in Liverpool colours in place of Raul Morales. He's got a little bit of craft and ingenuity about him. Lucas, Torres, it's good footwork, and here goes Ryan Babel, and Count is up with him. Babel steps inside Evans, steps inside Raphael. Now Shelvey. First touch a bit uncertain, but he gets another chance. Lucas. Big roar of encouragement from the Liverpool fans at that end of the stadium. Ryan Babel, and Kuszczak had to get everything behind that.
Well, impact straight away. I think the concern you hear now is Manchester United fans. I think they wanted up to a little bit more from their team, and Liverpool were grittier in a couple of tackles, particularly Shelvey. Decent try.
Just feel Manchester United have been in third gear for much of the afternoon, and third gear's been enough, but it's sometimes difficult to change gear when you've got to.
It's like, well, we'll take a second if it comes along, but we're not really busting a gut for it.
A bit of a vocal response from the Manchester United public. They've led since the second minute of the game. They've been a man up since the 32nd minute of the game. Giggs' early penalty, Gerard's red card. Berbatov. Carrick. Now Patrice Evra. Stopped by Count. Giggs trying to pick up the baton, looks for a free kick, he's not going to get it. Manchester United are going to introduce Anderson, which says to me that Alex Ferguson's looking for a bit more intensity here. Fletcher will make way.
Yeah, in certain games this season, we've actually seen Anderson playing as far forward as just off Berbatov.
They're playing that position against Arsenal, but I think he's here now just to try and stoke the boilers a bit. Manchester United fire, and he's just gone a bit cool. Anderson, Evra. Anderson challenged by Shelvey, and it'll come for Torres. Anderson got back, and he fouled Fernando Torres, and Liverpool have a free kick in a promising position. Problem of Anderson's own making that.
Listen, Manchester United have only got themselves to blame here. It was just sloppy. There was no purpose in what they were trying to do. Shelvey managed to nick it, the foul from Anderson on Torres, and you would think now this is ideal for Fabio Aurelio. This is his territory. Yellow card as well for Anderson.
Well, Fabio Aurelio scored a free kick down at the other end of Old Trafford when Liverpool won 4-1 here a couple of seasons ago. He'd hardly be in a better position for the left footer. He's just got enough angle here to swing it either over the wall or towards the far post. Shelvey and Agger are in attendance, and they both can dig. Babel has taken up station inside the wall. Which way will he try to go? Fabio Aurelio. Kuszczak forced to make a diving, sprawling save behind his wall. It's as close as they've come.
It's very good play all round. I mean, he's executed it perfectly, hasn't he, Aurelio? Keeper's matched it.
Aurelio will take the corner. Header away is by Evra. Anderson can lead a counter. Up towards Hernandez, he's offside.
Oh, yeah, there was a little appeal from Lucas, thinking, have I stepped up enough? stepped up enough to catch Hernandez off, and he had just. That's a very good try. Just falls over after he struck it, but Cusac's done well to get across. Not quite yet.
Yeah, I think the collapse of his standing foot is just the angle that he's at when he strikes the ball to bend it. Seen David Beckham do that a time or two inside the stadium. Evans with some defending to do. Kelly. Two English defenders, Kelly and Evans, have been two of the better performers of the afternoon.
Well, Clive, irrespective of...
Beg your pardon, Evans is Irish.
Of whatever Manchester United are doing today, these players are playing now. It seems to mean a bit more for Kenny. There's a spirit about them now. There's a determination there, and they are giving it their best shot to try and get back in this contest.
Two young British defenders. But if the door's slightly ajar, you get a feeling that it's Manchester United have left it ajar. Haven't shown their killer instinct this afternoon. It's a team that knows how to get games won. Haven't had quite enough to get this game won as yet. And they still think that a recovery is on. Counters giving it away to Berbatov. Hernandez in pursuit. Kelly's done okay. Anderson, Giggs. At the back of Shelby, it'll come for Berbatov. It's just wide. And a fortuitous break of the ball for Manchester United. Dimitar Berbatov just unable to capitalise.
Wrong decision for me. I think he can take a touch and just go around Reina instead of trying to flick it in. And it does come off the goalkeeper, but I think if he takes a touch there, he can just tap it in with his left foot.
Hint of offside. It is a corner. Towards Patrice Evra with the headed flick on. Evans trying to turn, goes down, forced away by Skirtle. One or two afters between them. Still going on. Raphael. Will find a way through to Giggs. Cooks into the far post. Reina. Raphael with a shot. Berbatov. Somehow Reina again. Raphael. Reina yet again. And now Ryan Giggs. Down he goes. Told to get to his feet. And the hook shot in the end is by Patrice Evra. And it's a corner.
Well, it really does mean something for Liverpool. I mean, I think this is great defending. Whatever they're getting in the way, it's that they're all unsure. Reina a couple of times got good touches. Again, then he did extremely well. Is it a penalty? Ryan Giggs appeals to the referee, says no, and it's just like a scoop in the end from Everett, easily touched over.
Corner's got to be retaken. Pepe Reina made about 6 saves in as many seconds there. We're just trying to reduce the temperature between Johnny Evans and Martin Skirtle.
Well, in that last attack, when Reina was doing what he did, and Skirtle and Evans fell out a little bit.
It's a cup tie. It's taking its time. Nani. Berbatov. And Reina hangs on.
The offside flag was up anyway if it had reached Hernandez far post.
Torres with a flick on. Babel can't quite connect. Evra against Babel. Evra wins. And an anxious clearance necessary because Manchester United played it back to the goalkeeper. Torres looking to get Shelvey on his way. He's hooked the ball and won it cleanly from Raphael. Jonjo Shelvey. Babel takes a stumble. And it comes for Anderson.
You've got 4 players out of the game now because Babel fell over them.
Manchester United hoping to capitalise. Hernandez. That's a brilliant turn. Javier Hernandez and another. Maybe one too many. Carrick. Hernandez will have it back though. Now curled in towards Berbatov. And the flag's up.
For a tug on Aga's shirt by Berbatov. I just thought though when he was jinking through before that, Hernandez, I thought maybe he could have just had a pop with his left. Didn't fancy it when he had the space.
The Raiders' distribution's usually better than that. 20 minutes remaining, only 1-0. Liverpool looking more threatening than at any stage during the afternoon.
It's been a better second half.
Aga. Carrick did just about enough. The ball from Ferdinand. Giggs. Aga's got a long way to get back. Lucas trying to fill in for him. Game's very stretched now. Ever has got forward. Hooked in. Good defending by Skirtle. And by Lucas. And a good ball to Count. Only Babel and Torres up ahead of him. Made by Evans.
That's when you need to take a little more care. I mean, Gerard pulled out of the first attempt to knock it forward, and then he gave it away. Just puts you under pressure again when you're down to 10 men.
Just to spice things up, Michael Owen is imminent for Manchester United. Anderson. Slid through towards Berbatov. Reina committed as well.
Lovely idea, but you know the pitch has been quite greasy. We've seen it get away from a few players, and it's difficult to kind of get that measured, subtle one. Just overdone again.
Carrick being urged to go forward by the Manchester United contingent. Just these little passages of play, sometimes you think they were 3 up. They're playing as if they've got the game totally under control. I'm not sure it is. They're running the legs of the 10 men of Liverpool, that's for sure. You can see the method. And in a strange sort of way, they're just offering a bit of encouragement to those 10 men. Giggs. Anderson. Evra.
That's all Manchester United need to do now. Just keep working the ball from left to right with a bit of purpose. Don't get casual on it.
Nani introducing that purpose. Gone past 2. Couldn't quite get past Aga.
Good touch by Aga.
Well, he's been involved with Liverpool for 10 years. An Everton fan originally. And Michael Owen now of Manchester United will come on in place of Javier Hernandez. Playing for his immediate future as much as anything. He scored 158 goals for them. He scored 12 for Manchester United. Evra. Throw into Liverpool.
Just cap off Liverpool's day, wouldn't it, if Michael Owen just seals victory for Manchester United now.
Shelby. Babel. Aurelio. Easily seen by Ferdinand. Last 15 minutes. Draw for the fourth round of the FA Cup follows this live tie. Ball did go out of play there.
Yeah, and it's unlike Reina because he's normally a very good kicker of the football and should have found Aurelio.
Now Fernando Torres is going to come off here. David Ngog will replace him. What does that tell us? He's not coming off like a man who's injured. He is a man, I suppose, that Liverpool will need at Blackpool in midweek and against Everton next weekend, but there's a big handshake and a pat there. No suggestion that Dalglish is disappointed with Torres' contribution. What do you make of that?
It's just a tough day. I think Kenny's just looking for fresh legs, Clive. Simple as that. It's just not looking like Fernando Torres' day. I think at times he worked hard enough doing shuttles between Ferdinand and Evans.
Berbatov going for the volley. And Reina getting everything behind it. And Dalglish made a big show there of applauding Torres as he came off, I suppose, immediately answering the question that I was asking. And gone. Kelly. Lucas. Kelly with a chance to cross. Little flick header from Babel. Angle was against him.
It was. I mean, I think he knew there was nothing behind him and couldn't flick it on, so he tried. But when you're that far ahead of the near post as a striker, very, very difficult. Well, on the rain of saves earlier on, when Liverpool were under a lot of pressure, I mean, Johnny Evans, could he have had a penalty?
I think if there was such a thing as video review in football, the answer is yes, but then I think there'd be probably 8 penalties aside if that was the case.
And Giggs as well, and I don't think either were quite.
It was going on between them, let's put it that way. Giggs. By Agger. The last 7 years he's reached 5 quarter-finals, 4 semis and 3 finals. He does attach a delightfully old-fashioned importance to the FA Cup. Berbatov's onside here. He's late run for Owen. He's got away from Skirtle. Michael Owen. There goes there, corner kick.
Well, they got the decision. Was it offside? He's certainly onside, isn't he? Michael Owen. Berbatov left it. Maybe the flag would have gone up. And lovely little nutmegs here. And Skirtle can't quite find his partner.
Giggs corner. Nani. Raphael couldn't resist, didn't really get hold of it. Skirtle away. And gone. Shelby. Just ran away from him. Count just a little slow off the mark. Nani beat him to it. Count recovered well. really have it under control. Lucas is there, fouled by Owen. Last 10 minutes.
Pretty much as well, Liverpool.
Shelby going for goal there, by the way.
Listen, it's a good spot, but you can see one or two of his teammates are a bit displeased with him for trying that because they feel it's a bit of a waste. Both Lucas and Agger had a go at the youngster. But, you know, he's seen Kuczak just off his line and thought, well, maybe. But, to be honest, the keeper had read it and would have been back in position anyway.
I think they were looking for a breather, the other two.
They just know they're going to be on the back foot again. He just wanted to keep it. But, you know, still importantly for Liverpool, Manchester United haven't, you know, gone on and extended their lead.
Giggs. Berbatov slip, it might come from Nani. Does eventually, and he slips. Shelby to Aurelio. Babel on the move here, rather jumped into Evans. Lucas. A run for Giggs. It's gone past two. Still going Ryan Giggs. The defender's backpedaling. Lucas forced it away. Carrick is there. It's forward for Cow. Not the best of passes.
And now it's difficult to kind of pick the legs up again and get after Manchester United. I mean, Cout's spent.
This is Nani. Anderson. Giggs. Made by Skirtle. Giggs. Evra. Berbatov with a header. Just can't quite put the tie to bed.
No, but again, Evra, I think Evra's been terrific today. You know, he's always been in support of Ryan Giggs and he's got room to get the cross in. I think Berbatov's just trying to cushion it and dip it over, really. I think he knew he probably wasn't going to be able to beat him with power.
Like-for-like change at the back with Chris Smalling replacing a tiring but happy Johnny Evans. Gone. Smalling conceding the corner with his first contribution. Now is this a moment for Liverpool?
Well, Agger and Skirtle, unsurprisingly, you can see them there making their way into the box.
Shelby's a six-footer, so is Ngog, so is Babel. Aurelio takes. Up goes Agger. Well, he was penalised anyway. Free kick to Manchester United.
Yeah, it seemed to be a shirt tug has been gestured, I think, from Chris Smalling. Certainly he was holding him down. He was used to the right arm from Daniel Agger before he got the header away. Easy for the keeper anyway.
Draw for the fourth round of the FA Cup coming up in about 15 minutes here live on ITV1. The moment Manchester United's name is going to be in the plastic canister or whatever it is these days. 5 of the last 6 cup meetings between these two. The winner of the match has gone on to lift the cup. A couple of them were finals. Evans through the legs of Count. Everett to Giggs. Anderson. Manchester United happy to have the ball in this area of the field.
He wanted it inside. Everett just made the dart inside, and Giggs was expecting it to be a little wider.
The penalty that separates these two teams was awarded after 31 seconds of this game. They've been chasing the game since then, Liverpool. Chasing the game without their skipper. For the last hour or so, Steven Gerrard sent off just after the half-hour mark. Owen got away from Count. Set up for Owen to shoot.
That's all it needs, isn't it? You know, a fresh spark with tired players around him at this stage. I mean, easily got away from Dirk Kuyt. Defence backed off a little bit. I think he's right to have a pop, but he just gets across it.
Giggs. Berbatov. Carrick to Nani. He's tried to chip it into the path of Raphael, but Fabio Aurelio defended his flank manfully.
I mean, a very fortunate early penalty. It was a big decision that went Manchester United's way, but the Steven Gerrard dismissal was you know, even bigger in terms of its bearing on this game. You would have thought with Manchester United maybe not still at their very best, you would have thought that with Gerrard on the pitch and Liverpool with 11 men, there was, you know, a very good chance that things could be evened up at some stage.
Anderson trying to wrong foot Kelly, who was having none of it, but he did touch the ball for a corner. Manchester United finishing the game at the end of the field that they want to be. And if it finishes 1-0, they'll feel as if they've managed the game well since those opening minutes, but never quite been home and dry. Giggs with the corner, Evra! Guys in the studio got their heads together and chosen their Eon man of the match. And it is the man who won that early penalty, Dimitar Berbatov. Raphael. Owen going on. It's fit, Michael Owen. Nani with the cross, turned away by Skirtle. Still only 31, seems to have been around forever. He's been out much of this season.
Can Liverpool just manage one last chance?
Last of the 90. A goal which effectively came in the first of the 90. Ryan Giggs. Will be 3 added minutes. Anderson. Manchester United just seem to have got a hold of the game again in the last 5 or 10 minutes. Berbatov. He's done really well in that corner.
It's great skill.
And got fouled.
That was unnecessary from Chris Smalling, inexperience counting there, because it gives Reina a chance now to punt this up towards the Manchester United box and get everybody in there for one last fling.
And everybody is everybody. Skrtel and Agra going forward here.
And United trying to keep a high line, Clive. You look, they just pushed well up outside the box.
Reina's free kick. Ferdinand winning an important header. Martin Kelly, though, in towards Daniel Agger. He won it, but couldn't direct it.
Yeah, Raphael was strong. Just didn't let him get anything free on it.
Clever from Giggs. Always pass the ball well today, Manchester United, but they have got players who can retain the ball, and they've run down the clock pretty well since taking the lead. But Anderson has run into a cul-de-sac. Here's Babel, no way out. Raphael and Carrick got to him. Owen fouled by Babel, but Manchester United have the ball. Last of the added minutes. Giggs.
That's to be a big win for Manchester United. It always is anytime you play Liverpool, no matter what the occasion. That'll be huge for them, and especially after the third round defeat to Leeds last season. But I think Liverpool can take a lot out of this game as well. I mean, a controversial decision has decided it against them, but I think Kenny Dalglish can be very happy with much of what he's seen from his players, particularly when they went down to 10.
Fighting spirit has been there. Giggs. Dispossessed by Kelly. He might take some dispossessing from that right back spot. Manchester United prevail. The headline game has produced a couple of big headlines. Two big decisions which went against Kenny Dalglish's team. An early penalty which decided the match. The loss of his skipper. Cursory handshake between the two main protagonists. Alec Ferguson showing little emotion, but any victory over Liverpool is a big victory for Manchester United. 1-0, final score.
Well, all the incidents were in the first half and all the football was in the second half. We'll discuss both shortly, as well as bringing you the fourth round draw. We'll be back in a bit.